have you guys ever watched something and thought, oh, this is probably not in the right tone, and or maybe they didn't get it right?
Almost dhokla has become an identity for Gujarati.
Yes.
Whereas dhokla is consumed all across the country. I mean, just be little sensitive, that's it. For fun, you can do everything.
Yeah.
I'm not a Gujarati,
Right.
but my schooling has been done in Gujarati, so my Gujarati is very much in place.
2006 Prithvi Festival where I was performing on stage and she was there in the audience, where I didn't even know that she is also an actor. Bhamini has travelled the whole world with my daughter. My daughter has, literally grown up in green rooms, backstages. Whenever we rehearse, she keeps, correcting us.
Hello everybody, welcome to midday.com. I am here with two very talented actors who also happen to be married to each other. I'm talking about Bhamini Oza and Pratik Gandhi, who are here in the Midday office. They've just launched the Mid-day Gujarati app, which you guys need to download if you want to stay updated on news in Gujarati. And thank you Pratik and Bhamini for doing the honors today and being in the office and having this conversation with us, which is a rare occasion to get the two of you together. Welcome to Midday.
Thank you.
Thank you
very
so
much
much.
for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Right. We're talking about Gujarati as a, as a language, and you guys, of course, are from that, a community and working so extensively with that language. But also you've been working in Hindi, both of you. Tell me a little bit about what is that, that transition like, or how do you juggle the two mediums when you're like, be it on stage or on screen? Is there a difference, or is just, how do you adapt to the change when you are moving from one language to another?
So I guess, see, each and every language has a different grammar.
Right.
And not only in terms of writing, speaking, but also in terms of performance is what I feel and I have experienced when I performed the same play in 3 different languages on the same day.
Right.
So this is one thing that I have personally experienced because Hindi has a different, sentence formation. The same thing if you translate well or adapt well in Gujarati, the length of the sentence will be different, the meter will be different, the landing point of the punch will be different.
Uh-huh.
And absolutely the same thing will happen with English.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just coming from my own personal experience of performing this one particular play, which is a monologue, where whole English play will be done in 90 minutes. Precisely 90 to 92 minutes, whereas the same monologue in Gujarati goes up to 105 minutes.
Whoa. Okay.
Same character, same story, but the language is different. Okay. So now this is a very interesting understanding about the performance in particular language. That's how I see the languages, and so I'm fortunate enough to have experienced this particular thing.
Right. Bhamini, how is it for you?
I have started doing theatres since I was in college days.
Right.
So we had like 5 languages to perform in.
Wow.
Yes, we used to have competitions, intercollegiate competitions, where it used to be skits or plays in 5 languages. So every language had its own charm. It's rich in itself, and I have been actually lucky to get to know so many languages. So whenever it is, say for example, a play is in Urdu. So that's where we learn Urdu, that's where we learn new words and the way you communicate your emotion in that language. So you feel fortunate to have learned these things, and that's how you want to know more, even though that is not the dialogue, but you still want to know more about saying this dialogue. So eventually you end up digging into that language more, and it makes you feel, I feel very satisfied to do something like that.
It makes you richer
Yes.
by each and every performance. And in fact, one more important thing here is that everybody thinks in one particular language.
Right.
So we actors, we also have our own mother tongue, which we grew up speaking,
Yes.
learning, writing. So we tend to think in one particular language. And when we perform in another language, so we have to translate that entire thing in your mind, So by each and every performance, that entire process becomes faster, even more efficient in your mind, because you can't skip it. I can't suddenly start thinking in a different language than what I had been thinking in. So that entire process is also very interesting.
Right. Obviously, how there is a certain image in which, the Gujarati community is portrayed in Hindi, be it on screen, on television, or on, in the big screen. Have you guys ever watched something and thought, oh, this is probably not in the right tone, or maybe they didn't get it right? Because you've been part of shows also where
Frankly speaking, a lot of time this
Yeah.
happens because we belong to certain particular community. I mean, I
Yes,
belong to a
yes.
Gujarati community.
Yes.
So I know, because I have been around Gujaratis, I know the culture. So if somebody who is not from the same community and they try to represent,
Yes.
Gujaratis in a certain way,
Catch that
and
accent.
yeah, catch that particular accent, which is heavy accent.
Yes.
Nothing wrong in it.
Right.
In
So
one or
it's
two cases.
more of a mockery.
Mm-hmm.
So it puts you off sometimes to hear those mockery kind of announcements. Or so yesterday only we were talking, we were traveling, and on the radio, I don't remember which
Yeah, so
which radio station, but they were
these things.
talking about, because the Garba is all around in Navratri.
Yes.
So then, as he said, that heavy accent doesn't really represent the community. So it unnecessarily creates a particular.
See, as far as fun is concerned, it is okay,
Yeah.
one of the cases.
Yeah.
But one must also not forget that when you are doing this, you are taking this responsibility of representing a community.
Yes.
And that can't happen always in this particular way. Because there is a larger community, there are people who are different, and these kind of people are there in all the communities. If you see that way, there are some people who are very loud,
Yeah.
and that you will find everywhere.
Yeah.
But only if you portray some community in this light all the time, it just suddenly puts you off.
Right. Also, some of the biggest hit television shows that we've seen for over the years have all represented Gujarati families. They're in a certain way, dress in a certain way, cook certain dishes. I'm not from the community. I've learned so much from those serials, from those shows, but I'm not sure how authentic the portrayal is. Do you think it's
No, it's not. It's not
It's
actually.
not that. Actually, no, on television, whenever the story is about maybe Punjabis or even Bihar or Haryana, Haryanvi family, when they show, same thing happens with them also.
right?
So, because we live in Bombay,
Yeah.
it's a cosmopolitan city, right?
Yeah.
We have all the neighbors are different. So, we know कि ये ऐसे नहीं है, पर television में ऐसा दिखाया जाता है. So,
Right.
that's how we are lucky. But in the other cities where it's not a metropolitan city, then you actually tend to put across कि ये ऐसे ही होता है. So, how you said that you learned that, okay, this is how Gujaratis speak, but that's not the general, you cannot generalize the thing.
In fact, anywhere, if you see a single Gujarati character on screen, and there'll be dhokla on the on the screen that you will see immediately.
Yeah.
So almost dhokla has become an identity for Gujarati.
Yes.
Whereas dhokla is consumed all across the country by all different communities,
Yeah.
Right.
in all different forms also. So, and one must assume this responsibility that whenever you're doing this, it is a little larger disservice to the particular language and ethnicity and community, because your next generation will only understand that community by this.
Yes.
You can't erase that from their minds.
Yeah. Pop culture representation.
Yeah, I mean, it may sound little irritating कि यार अभी हर एक चीज़ में ये सब घुसेड़ दोगे तो कैसे बात करेंगे, but it's not that. I mean, just be little sensitive, that's it.
Yes.
For fun, you can do everything.
Yeah, right. Also, the two of you came together, the profession brought you guys together, right? Was it the language also that made you connect specially, or was that not a factor?
The
fact
language
that
does
you are-
help
yes,
there. Yeah,
yes.
the language does help there, because we can communicate in common languages, and that is where I guess you can communicate absolutely transparently.
Right.
There is no I don't have to think thrice
Right.
and translate and then talk to her.
So, for that, you have been lucky.
Yeah.
Because I belong to Rajasthan, I'm not a Gujarati.
Right.
But my schooling has been done in Gujarati, so my Gujarati is very much in place.
Okay.
So that's how we
Yeah,
can
she's from
communicate in
Marwadi
that particular
community.
language.
But so I'm lucky because Marwadi is just a spoken language.
Right.
It's not a lipi, it's not a full-fledged language which
Right.
has its own grammar. So most of the Marwadis, they speak and learn and study in Gujarati or Hindi.
Or Hindi. So
okay.
my family in those days, we have studied in Gujarati language.
Okay. But you lived in Bombay all your
Bombay,
life.
yes.
Yeah, born and brought up in Mumbai,
Yes. But you were from Surat.
Yes.
Then was there like a exchange कि भाई बॉम्बे में ऐसे होता है and सूरत में ऐसे होता है, this is not how Gujaratis from Gujarat are or from Surat are? Was there kind of like a exchange?
No,
of
but she was exposed to a lot of Gujaratis who are not that way as portrayed largely.
Right.
And that is there everywhere, every
Yeah,
community.
every community has
For
this
that
kind of
matter, Marwadis, Rajasthanis from Bombay and from Rajasthan or the interiors of Rajasthan, they are all different. No? Every household will have a different way of living. Every community, a small sub-community you can say, will have a different culture.
Right. Tell us, how did you meet? I mean, do you, remember what?
Yeah,
I'm sure you do.
absolutely. Yeah.
Tell us a bit
So
about
it's
that.
2006 Prithvi Festival where I was performing on
Yes.
stage, and she was there in the audience, where I didn't even know that she is also an actor.
That's about, what, almost 17, 18 years ago?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
That's how we met for the first time.
Okay.
And that's when the whole story started.
Okay.
Then I chased her for almost 2.5 years, and that's when we met, and then we got married in 2008, December 2008.
Okay. And it's been, so we're in 2023 now, I'm just trying to do the math. It's been a long time together. What kind of works do you think as a couple that, also I guess the fact that both of you are from the same profession kind of helps you, because this, managing personal life and professional life can be crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, because most of the time in our profession, the work commitments are of a different crazy level.
Yeah.
Because when we go for shoots, these shoots are around 12-hour shoots plus travel and everything, so you end up going out of the house for 18 hours, and during those times you hardly can meet or even communicate. Now from last few years that we have mobiles and we are constantly connected, so at least chat can happen.
Yeah.
Earlier I guess we never used to do that also.
Also parenting, how tough is that, and who takes on the majority of the responsibilities?
So I tried to be equal, but that can't be possible.
Bhamini, how do you feel about that?
No, since we've got our daughter, he has been busy, and he has tried his best. Whenever he gets some time off, then we try and escape from here and we go somewhere. But yes, he has been there always. Whenever there is a need be, or whenever we have some time off, we actually try and sneak out, or we try and be home together. That has been there. So the responsibility is as such been shared. It's nothing that one person is doing something and
But
the
so
other is
when
not.
my daughter was just 9 months, she picked up on play.
Okay.
Bhamini has started rehearsing for a new play.
Right.
And immediately the moment the play was released, it was a super hit play.
Oh.
So they were required to travel a lot. And Bhamini has traveled the whole world with my daughter
Okay.
at that age, when she was just 9 months.
Not
So I guess Miraya was 9 months, and till she was 2 years old.
Touring started after she was a year.
Yeah.
11 months old.
11 months. And till she was 2.5, 3 years old, they kept touring with this play
Okay.
multiple times.
So when she was this young, I couldn't really leave her home, and neither was I in a frame of mind to leave my daughter and be away from her for going to work. I could relax and take lesser work because I wanted to be with my daughter. And I still do that.
Yeah, so my daughter has literally grown up in green rooms, backstages. So she knows that etiquette, the discipline of theatre and all those things.
Is she showing signs of taking this on as a profession? Like, does
Not
she have
yet.
that
She's
talent? Two actor parents, you would think
Yeah,
it's
she
in
keeps
the
telling me that I
genes.
want to direct.
Ah.
Whenever we rehearse, she keeps correcting us.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
But
good.
kids have brilliant memory.
Yes.
So they remember lines,
Ah.
and they remember movements and everything. And she has seen plays for multiple times.
She remembers our dialogues if we are doing rehearsals, if we are doing a reading session, if she's around. Even if she's playing her game or something, her ears are there. She knows the dialogue. So when the rest of the team is gone, she would ask us, that line, I didn't really like the way you shouted. So she has the knack of understanding the script and the emotions, but taking up it as a profession, not yet. She is too young.
Too young to
Decided
decide.
that.
Right. So, of course, Pratik, for you, you've been in this industry for a long time, but I guess after Scam, of course, things really drastically changed. I want to ask Bhamini, how have things changed for you ever since, he got busier probably, or how has life changed for you at home?
It has been a very happy, fortunate change, but nothing has changed upside down.
Right.
Because he has been that workaholic, I would say. Be it only acting or when he was also working as an engineer. He always was engrossed and dedicated towards his work. So I was always proud of him when he was an engineer also. So, and that's what I like about it, that whatever he's doing it with his true heart and the 100% effort, and that's what really takes you somewhere. With God is kind. So we have been happy ever since and fortunate.
Talking about work, I have to ask you, third time collaborating with Hansal Mehta. What's the status on the Gandhi web series? Have you
The
begun working on
writing
it?
is almost done, and we'll be starting the shoot soon enough in next maybe couple of months.
Right. Tell me a little bit about working with Mr. Mehta, and how is it like coming back once again with him?
Oh, it's always fun to work with him, to be with him on set, and be directed by him, because I keep saying that he is actor's director.
Right.
You know, he gives you complete freedom to explore the character, and he's always with the actor.
Right.
So that gives you more confidence,
Right.
and puts you in a very comfortable position to perform. Just be there and create a character, I guess. And this will be my 5th collaboration with him. So yeah.
I can think of 3, but what are the 2?
So other 2 things which have not released
Okay,
yet,
right,
yeah, that
okay.
might come soon.
Okay,
so, yeah.
okay. What else are you working on apart from, or is this the one thing you're focusing on right now?
Yeah, right now I'm reading a lot of scripts. We are also exploring a couple of scripts for plays, theatres and all.
Together?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. Something
Okay.
should come up soon.
Right. Bhamini, what are you, working on right now? What else?
I'm doing 2 theatre projects, 2 plays in Gujarati.
Right.
One is called Bombay Flower, and one is The Waiting Rooms, which is now reopened, like
Okay.
revived.
Okay.
Yes, again. So
Okay.
we are having good number of shows for that also.
Right. Great. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time today, Pratik
you.
and Bhamini. It was lovely chatting with you.
Thank you.
Same.
Thank you for being here.
Thank
in
you.
the meetup.
Thank you.
Thanks
Our
a lot. Our
pleasure.
pleasure.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.